Hey guys, in this session we're going to be looking at adding fractions with different denominators. So let's get started straight away. I guess one of the most frustrating things that I see with fractions, especially when people start adding the denominators, it just shows that there's a huge bit of misunderstanding. Now, if you are not familiar with this, I would actually suggest you to go have a look at what is it in this whole video series that I've made. I think it's called 3-1. Go to 3-1, and I think there's some adding fractions with same denominators first before coming back to here. And also check out equivalent fractions as well. It also helps. But anyway, let's actually have a look at this particular one here. So what we've got here is in question A. I should really put some question numbers. So in question A, what we've got is 3 over 4 plus 5 over 12. Now, the problem is we can't actually add these two together until the denominators are the same. So we got to figure out a way to make the denominators the same. And I guess, the key thing is having a look at the denominators. Now, in this case, we've actually got a 4, and in this case, we've actually got a 12. Now, again, I remember talking to you guys about saying, hey, look, you got to learn your times table. It's really important that you know your times table. Well, guess what? This is where it's going to come in handy. Why? Because what number do you got to multiply by 4 to get to 12? And I'm hoping that you are pretty sharp and you can actually say that is going to be 3. And pretty much what we're trying to do is do a little bit of equivalent fractions. So we're going to multiply the denominator by 3 and also the numerator by 3. All right. And as for the 5 over 12, we're not really going to touch anything with it. We're just going to leave it as it is. And remember, with equivalent fractions, whatever you do at the top, you've also got to do at the bottom, especially when it comes to multiplication or division. So 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. So what we've got here is 9 over 12 plus 5 over 12. And because they have the same denominators, we can now add the two numerators, and we're going to get 14 over 12 as our first answer. All right, so let's have a look at question B. We've got 20 as our first denominator, and our second denominator is 5. So we don't want to be doing 20 divided by 5, because if you do that, then you got to do 4 divided by 5, and you're going to end up with a decimal. Nah, too complex. We always want to make the smallest number to a bigger number. That way it's actually a lot more easier for us. So when we look at that 5, and once again, I'm hoping that you can see that if you want to change the denominator where it is 5 right now, that we need to actually multiply the denominator by 5 and also the numerator by 5. No, not 5, sorry, 4, because 5 times 4 is 20. Yeah, see how I'm saying one thing, but I'm writing something else. But anyway, you got the hang of that, hopefully. All right, so we want the denominator to be 20. So that means we got to do 5 times 4. All right, so let's wrap this up. So we got 4 over 20 plus 3 times 4 is 12. 5 times 4 is 20. And now we've got these two denominators that are the same, which means we can put it together. And in the numerator, we've got 12 plus 4, which happens to be 16. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, well, I actually want to reduce this. Now, funnily enough, I just realized that we could have actually done this in another way as well. Right at the top, I could have put it as one. What is it? Yeah, it would be 1/5 plus 3/5 as 4/5. But that's all right. Look, we make mistakes, but we still learn from them. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 16 over 20. So you can actually bring this further down, because remember, they all can be divided by 4. Both sides could be divided by 4, which means you're going to get 4 over 5 as your final answer. That's like fully simplified. And if I go back to question A, if I want to simplify that further, then I could actually go divide by 2, divide both numbers by 2. So the numerator would be 7 and the denominator would be 6. So it's just something useful to have in your artillery. But anyway, let's go to question number C. Letter. So we've got 7 as our first denominator, and our second denominator is 21. So we need to multiply 7, so 3 over 7. And again, just multiplying it by 3 and 3. Why 3? Because I know that 7 times 3 is 21. Oh, wow, I really picked some beautiful numbers, didn't I? 3 times 3 is going to give 9, so we're going to get 9 over 21 plus 12 over 21. And when we put it together, we're going to get 21. 12 plus 9 is 21. Oh, great. See, this is what happens when you actually make up questions on the spot and hope that it's going to work, and you start getting answers like this. But anyway, guys, This is how you do fractions, adding fractions with different denominators. Yeah, so if you have any questions, pop it up in the comment section. Otherwise, as always, thank you for watching.